Let's just start off with, I know that you guys are in a closed period at the moment, but you did come out with a trading update earlier this month saying that you are expecting a headline loss of between 17 and 18% for the year. Just take us through some of the major reasons for this that you have put out to the market.
I think one of the most critical reasons is that, as everybody knows, CK has been involved in partnering government in the delivery of housing within the context of sustainable and integrated human settlements. One of the reasons has been that on both sides there has been delays in terms of CK submitting claims that are appropriately verified and spotted with the appropriate documents, and obviously government on their side in terms of assisting. And there has been delays in the receipt of these payments. As a result, CK had cash flow impediments, and that resulted in a slowdown on the delivery of houses. This clearly has impacted on its turnover, which has reduced substantially over the previous year, and clearly that has an impact on its bottom line as well. We have not been operating at the scale that one would like to have seen CK operate. So critically, it's an issue of cash flow and receipt of monies for work already done for government.
How much of your workload is currently government work?
Well, currently it's almost all the work that CK undertakes is government work. We also operate mainly in two provinces, which is Gauteng and the Western Cape, and we need to unlock the flow of these funds, particularly in Gauteng, which is currently being addressed and progress is being made.
So what are some of these remedial actions that you are putting in place to deal with that?
Well, clearly it's requirements of government. I mean, government has certain housing programs. Attached to each one of these is an implementation protocol, and there's set ways in which you submit your claims together with supporting documents, together with inspection certificates that needs to be submitted to the department for payment. There has been a gap on CK's side for that, which is currently addressed, and hopefully funds will flow going into the future, and CK, as a result of receiving those funds, will upscale their operation. And like I say, progress is being made in that regard, both in the Western Cape and in Gauteng.
And what's interesting is that you know both sides of the story. You've been in government, you know some of the perhaps bureaucracy that takes place. So I suppose that you're a lot more understanding in terms of what some of the challenges are and sort of in pinpointing how to deal with those challenges.
Absolutely. What has happened previously, and I didn't believe it was the correct approach, where certain issues have been placed in the media, where people from CK had indicated that government owes them X amount of money. But in order to unlock those funds, there are certain processes that need to be followed on both government side and CK side. Now I understand where the gaps are within CK. Those are currently being addressed, and the flow of funds should progressively materialize now. And you're right, it is an understanding. We need to work as partners with government, and we need to work in a spirit of good faith and work together to try, because we are one of the bigger construction companies assisting government in its housing delivery, and I think it's important that we continue with that partnership, foster it, take it to higher levels, and support government in its mandate of delivering houses to the poor.
Does housing settlement form the majority of your work going forward, would you say, or are you going to be unlocking other opportunities, for instance, in your civil engineering business?
Certainly we will be. We will definitely. This is one of the strategies that I've already started discussions on. The dependency on government must be there. Government work is always there. So it's a steady flow of work. We need to partner with government, and that has been stated in the prospectus of CK when they went out to listing. The issue of diversification is clearly on the cards, but it still requires a partnership for government, because what we are doing currently is building the low-cost housing that is driven by government. We also need to move into the affordable market. Although the time does not seem appropriate now to engage in that market, I believe that CK needs to get into a state of readiness for when that market is ready and the demand is there for affordable homes, then we can play a significant role in that area. The other area, as a result of gaps in the market where households that are earning too much to get a government subsidized house or too little to approach financial institutions for mortgages to satisfy their housing needs, there is another gap that's now formed, and that gap can only be addressed through rental accommodation. One of government's priority areas is the upscaling, the delivery of rental accommodation, and I think we can play a significant role there as well.